But Johnny, let's end the podcast talking a little bit about gaming. And I know that Dave would hate if I didn't do a special promo in front of this one that I saved for it, is make sure to check out Too Old to Game. If you love gaming, we have a gaming podcast here at MVP. Too Old to Game. Myself, Dave Oster, your fearless host, and the Mark Weber, dubbed them E's, talk about gaming each and every week. This past week, we talked about the Pokemans. Yeah, Pokemans, the Sword and Shield, if I say it correctly. Our reactions to that. We talked about Anthem, little Star Wars games, Kingdom Hearts DLC. It was a fun time. You can go and check that out. Podcast services around the world. You can do it mainly on iTunes and TuneIn Radio for sure. YouTube, MVP, most valuable podcast. But Johnny, we are talking about a game that you and I love to play. And I'm glad that Dave, Mark, and I did not talk about it on Thursday because Dave and I play. Mark isn't really huge into Overwatch. So we are talking about the new hero, Baptiste, who is a support hero. Going to basically kind of give our reactions and our thoughts to his entire kit and kind of break it down for you guys. So giving you the abilities. So number one, he's got a Biotic. Did I say that right? Biotic launcher?
Yep, Biotic.
Or a Bionic? No, not Bionic.
That is Biotic. You're right.
Launcher.
Or Biotic.
Biotic, that's maybe the right way to say it. Baptiste's 3-round burst Biotic, that's how I'm going to say it, launcher rewards accuracy and recoil control with significant damage output. Reading is tough, folks. It also doubles as a healing device, lobbing projectiles that heal allies near the point of impact. Then he has 2 abilities. He's got the regenerative burst. He activates an intense regenerative burst that heals himself and nearby allies over time. He also has an immortality field. It's a device that creates a field that prevents allies from dying. The generator can be destroyed. That is interesting. I'm going to get into that and some techniques. And then his ultimate is the amplification matrix, where he creates a matrix that doubles the damage and healing effects of friendly projectiles that pass through it. And his passive are the exo boosts. By first crouching, Baptiste can jump higher. So Johnny, before we get into everything about Baptiste, I want you to tell the folks what your first thought to me was after you read through this kit.
He gonna get nerfed.
Why?
Honestly, I didn't think about it before. I'll say this part. I didn't think about what I'm going to mention next. Before I said that, I didn't think of cooldown times.
Yeah.
But let's say just average cooldown times.
It also depends on how much healing over time.
Yes, that's true.
His regenerative burst does. It depends on
Regen
maybe
burst.
the immortality field.
You can see, at least from the video, and I'm pretty sure this is fairly accurate.
I'm going to put the page down below so they can see the exact page we're looking at
from the Blizzard
Overwatch
website.
Yeah, playoverwatch.com.
I mean, it doubles heal and damage for just the amplification matrix. I get it. That's the alt. So
you know what's interesting about that though? If I throw that up, if Ana is shooting through it, if Moira is healing through it, that amplifies everything.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
That's
so
what
hey,
it states.
Ana's gonna shoot through it. Her healing does more.
Exactly.
Where it's like, hey, put that thing in front. Oh, we got a Bastion here. I could basically, and I'm now comboing here. Here's what I'm thinking about. We're defending the first point on Volskaya, right?
Yeah.
I've got a little Bastion in that little building that I like to hide in. What I'm going to do is, okay, they're coming with their push. In this building, immortality field. You can't die. Matrix in front of you. Go to town, Bastion.
Yeah.
Go to freaking town.
You can't necessarily die. And here's the one thing like that. Hold on, I'm going to go back to it. The immortality field. The one thing I'm thinking about first off is kind of a waste if you just straight up throwing that down. You both have full health. Why the hell are you going to stay in I'll say in the video, it's showing a Bastion shooting him and a Winston. Kind of a waste to just straight up throw that down.
It depends on how much damage you're going to take.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, why would you don't just stand there and take the damage. But like, to throw that down when you're both at full health, I think is kind of a waste. Now, Winston's down to...
It also depends on situations as well.
Oh, yeah. I get it. It's all situational. I'm just going off generally.
I see the immortality field, to me, being the best friend during cap the points. More so on defense, where it's like, oh my God, final push. I'm going to throw my immortality field down to see if we can just stay alive.
Offensive side of that, too.
To
final
stay
push.
On the point.
You final push, you throw that thing down so you guys can't die.
I wonder with the healers that we have, and this is just a random thoughts pop into my head, and I just ask them. The first question we have to always ask is, how does this affect the support group? Because like at first, when the game first launched, we had Zen, Mercy, Lucio. Then we added Ana. That changed the game. Then we added Moira. That changed the game. Then we added Brigitte. That changed the game. Now we're adding Baptiste. How, in your mind, does this change the support field? And who gets mixed around? Because if Baptiste becomes more of a playable support character, how does this change the field of support?
I mean, I'm trying to think how you necessarily bring that about.
Because Mercy is so useful, she's never going to be.
I think she got nerfed again, though.
She's never going to be truly knocked down, though. That res is too strong.
It is. Having that res there.
Even with how they've knocked that back to how it used to be, the res is just so useful.
I mean, I'm trying to think. I haven't played him, and I'm not a big support player because I'm not very good at it. The only support I've ever been able to...
You're more of a tanky guy.
I'm a tank guy. I'm Diva. My top three are Diva.
It fits your body.
Thank you. Diva, Reinhardt, Orisa. Not in that order. But my the only support I've been able to play decently was honestly Brigitte. Why? Because she's sort of like a tank.
Exactly.
A lot of damage given out. Heals while you damage. But I mean, I'm trying to think how he's going to mess with it, because I mean, now you don't really need Ana strictly for, because he can heal via shot, but he can also actually do damage, whereas Ana can do some damage, but not.
His healing is the grenade.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, where Ana can actually, I can shoot you with my rifle and heal you.
Yeah, exactly. But he can shoot you with the grenade part of the launcher and heal you, whereas then he can also turn around and tick, 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 sort of like throw out a soldier thing eventually.
Yeah, to enemies.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like you can throw down that amplification matrix, and let's say you got a teammate and it's an enemy fighting in behind it, you throw down that matrix, you shoot the enemy, then shoot your teammate with the grenade launcher, and you amplified both.
Yeah, I'm also thinking, I feel like Baptiste is going to be... Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to end that little part of it by adding that I think he's kind of, for a little bit, replace Ana to some degree. Yeah,
a little bit. Like, they kind of overlap. Also, a thing I'm thinking about, too, is I could see him being a support depending on what tanks you have.
Yes.
Because if you look at the tanks, Diva has, I'm going to say, a shield. I'm going to use her defense matrix as a shield. It kind of is. It eats bullets and shit. Orisa has a shield.
Yeah.
Reinhardt has a shield. Winston has a shield. Fuck it. Technically, Zarya has a shield, although it's kind of a minor shield.
It's a bubble.
I'm not gonna count it completely. Let's say you have a team where you're like, I'm a Roadhog main and I'm a Zarya main, or I'm a Roadhog main and I'm a Wrecking Ball main. Then in that case, okay, we don't have one of those shield heroes. Let me have a Baptiste so that we get that immortality that I know it's not an actual shield. Like, and that's another thing too, is like when I say situational, I kind of feel like Baptiste may become a must hero on capture the point defenses.
Yeah.
Where, for example, Eichenwald, he will probably be a character where it's like, hey, we can have him for the first point. If we lose that point, get off of it.
Switch to something else.
But I mean, he could also be useful on a payload too, where it's like, hey, we got to stay on the payload. Immortality matrix to kind of keep that, or an immortality field to try to keep you alive. The thing that is so interesting to me is that they made the immortality field device damageable.
Yeah.
And for me...
Well, it's like a Reese's shield.
Yeah.
You shoot the thing, if you somehow get behind me and shoot the thing, you can destroy my shield. Not that it's worth it. No.
But this one looks
I'm thinking of my power boost.
Yeah.
The little drum.
You're thinking of the drum. But like even with this, I don't have to get behind you.
Yeah.
I can just shoot right at it because your field does not block my bullet.
Exactly. It just keeps your like this much tick of not dying.
Or I wonder if so the big thing, and I'm a Pharah main, so that's why I think of this. Whenever there's a Torbjorn, the biggest thing is, hey, Pharah, get the turret. It's my job to get the turret.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the Immortality Matrix, is going to be another thing for a Pharah player where it's like, all right, Pharah, you got to get it. Hit that thing from above with your rockets to get that health down so that we can kill these people.
Yeah, keep like in this case it
and
shows
number
out
2,
here.
how long does it stay up for?
Yeah. The other thing is like I said earlier, it's kind of a waste if you have like full health teammates.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't throw that down because you should be moving around and trying to get the kills so you can get on the point or start moving the payload.
Is that just a last-ditch effort? Is he a last-ditch effort kind of hero?
I think it's like a, hey, shit, my teammate and I are almost dead. Throw that thing down so they can't kill us off. Mm-hmm. And that one thing I'm wondering, and I doubt it, though, is if it works on shields.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, it can hit the tick down to a certain point on the shield because shields have health, too.
Interesting.
And I'm wondering, I have to play on the PTR because I got to get the computer set up then first. Yeah. But play on the PTR so I can see if it does that because that'd be interesting if like, hey, Ryan got his shield almost like he's holding what's Farah's map?
You're talking
Anubis.
About,
You're like
the Temple of Anubis.
Second point of Anubis, you have that Ryan holding the shield at the very end. Shield's almost down. Baptiste can give it a little bit extra time to hold that shield so the rest of the team can pick off the enemies.
Yeah, and right now I'm kind of...
Same with Orisa too.
I'm kind of looking at... I've pulled up a video by Siegel.
Yeah.
He was fucking around in the PTR with it. Mm-hmm. And I'm just kind of looking at maybe some gameplay. Because that's another thing too, is when you get these new heroes, it takes... First it takes a while for, am I going to play this hero? Then it takes a while for, how is this going to fit in? Oh, that is fucking interesting.
What?
So what he just did here is, so they are on El Dorado, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna map this out because I can't put it. I would love to put it up while we were talking, but I don't want to get flagged.
Yeah, exactly.
By Siegel. But what he's doing is, so on El Dorado where they've just rounded, the truck has just rounded. His team's on defense of the payload, and they have just rounded the first turn, and they're going towards that kind of the first straight, and it's got the kind of upper level, usually where like the snipers sit or like a Torb turret sits.
Right before you take that second turn to get into the town square?
Well, what he did, exactly.
Okay,
what
down that
he
little
did
alleyway
was there's a little indentation of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
He put his immortality field where it's the receptor of it is behind that wall.
Oh shit.
So in order for the attacking team to get it, they have to get behind that. But also what you think about is that field is up there, so any snipers up there, you can't kill them. You can't kill them while this thing is up. And from what it looks like is I'm looking at Baptiste's health bar because that's who he's playing as.
Yeah.
The immortality field saves about 1.5 bars.
Okay.
So 1.5 bars of a 200. Let's see, how many bars does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna pull out my calculator. Doing math on the podcast, very entertaining, guys. So let's see, 200 divided by 8. That means a bar is about 25. 25 divided by 2. So that's gonna be about 37.5. If we put it down to actual math, that's about 37.5 hit points is what it saves. Not a ton, but just
enough to keep you around.
Just enough. And that I think is, like I said, super interesting. Also, what just happened is like a Pharah boop. Hey, I'm gonna boop you guys out of the field.
Yeah.
So, phoom, and then okay, we can kill them.
That's where Farah, I guess, is gonna come in and like sort of get like that's gonna be where she.
I wonder if that's gonna be huge crowd control on like a Farah of like, okay, we got to try to boop them out of that field.
It's like Farah with what's his name? I can't remember. I can't believe I forgot. Soldier 76 via Farah. He throws down his thing. You boop him right out of it.
Yeah, out of the healing circle.
Yeah, the biotic field. Because you want to keep him from actually healing. And by the time he gets back over to it, it's already gone.
Ooh, that echo boost jump is kind of that's cool too.
That's going to be helpful in a lot of things.
So the whole thing with this immortality field, and of course Siegel is Siegel.
Yeah.
But another thing too is like there's that little alleyway right before the first door in El Dorado. He dropped that thing down, and he's like, "Hey, it's behind." So there's like it's an L-shaped kind of alleyway.
Yeah.
He dropped it down to where if I'm looking down the alleyway on the other team, the immortality field's there. You can't see to me, it's going to be about hiding that thing.
Yeah, that'd be the best.
And not just using it in the open.
Yeah.
It's going to be about, hey, let me plop this thing down. Maybe Baptiste is usable in more situations.
Yeah.
Because of that. But it'll also be interesting to see if that freaking gets nerfed, depending on how long it stays up and really how long it stays up and what's its cooldown for it. Is there any other things that you think we need to hit with Baptiste?
No, I think we got pretty good. I mean, it's all going to be dependent on, like, a lot of it's dependent so far on how long some of these things last, how long his cooldown is to use these things, how long that little generator lasts. Yeah. And now, I mean, I said I think he's going to get nerfed, and I think he's going to get nerfed after a little while in the PTR.
Usually that's what happens, right? They go to the PTR, they make their changes, then he goes to quick play, then they make more changes, and then they go to competitive.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you have to find out how well he's going to do and if he's going to be overbearing like some characters were. And I know some got nerfed that when they first got thrown in. I think it was Sombra got was
super nerfed.
She got super nerfed. I thought it was the opposite way. There was someone that like they pulled them out when they pulled them out of the PTR and started playing them in there. They actually got buffed.
I remember Orisa being totally OP.
She was.
When she like got to competitive.
Yeah,
she was like OP. They had to do more nerfs on her and change her kit a little bit.
Yeah. Because
it was just that shield and that gun. They made the change with her gun because it was just like I can stand behind. I loved it because I could stand behind that shield and just and kill everybody.
I think they slowed the gun rate down a little bit, which is what it was. Because I remember being able to fire a lot faster, and all of a sudden I started playing Orisa again. It's like,
you're firing a little slower.
Fire a little slow. What's going on here? I was like, oh yeah, that's right. They nerfed her a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be one of the ones again where they pull when he comes out, he's going to get nerfed a little bit.
You know what else I'm thinking about?
Huh.
So I am right now. What's the name of the map? The Lucio map, the Doomfist map. It had Doomfist's fist in the payload.
Damn.
Nepal? Not Nepal.
No.
Shoot. Why am I?
Nepal is the keep the point.
Yeah. One. I'm gonna look it up really quick because it's gonna bug me now that I can't remember it. It's Lucio's main. Like Lucio was there. It had the Doomfist Museum. Fuck. What is the name of that map? Yeah, it's gonna bug me now. Nubani, that's it.
Oh, okay.
So Nubani.
It's Orisa as well then.
At the first cap point, you know how there's that little inside where usually a bastion turret sits. So like any enemies trying to flank from around the point, you can kind of get them, or you're so hidden to where it's like, oh, you know, they're gonna get on the point, and I'm just gonna shoot them. I wonder if it's like, okay, Bastion's sitting there, 3, 2, 1, put up the immortality field. That little field thing is hidden, but if anyone's trying to shoot the Bastion, you can't kill it. You can't kill the Bastion. In order to get in there to kill the immortality thing, you have to go in with the Bastion, which maybe a Tracer can come in, throw an ultimate down, and kind of zoom out.
Oh, you got a good enough Tracer, she can go and zip, and shoot. Like
that.
Our friend Drac.
As I do bad Tracer sound effects.
Yeah, our friend Drac is really good with Tracer. He's probably one of those ones that could probably zip in, shoot him a little bit, zip back out, zip in, shoot him a little bit, and just keep that distraction. Like you say, get on, like you say, Tracer, get on the Bastion.
Yeah,
and he just have to keep going back and forth.
Tracer, get on the immortality field.
Or that, yeah.
Because knock that down, pop, 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 pop. Okay, he's dead.
Well, here's the thing I would say, if he gets on the Bastion a little bit, and he gets it where his ult charges fast. He's good at charging his ult with Tracer.
Yeah.
Throw it, keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, depending on how long that immortality field lasts.
There's an ultimate.
Throws the ultimate on the immortality field, boom, it blows it up, and then hits probably backlashes on the Bastion, because my guess he's going to throw it right by the Bastion.
Yeah, I would throw it on the Bastion. See, that's the thing, though. If you throw it on the Bastion might be able to get up and walk far enough away to where it doesn't kill the immortality field. But the question is, how long is that field staying up for? We will have these answers on the PTRs. Baptiste is still new, and then when he gets thrown into quick play. Anything else you think we haven't hit? Anything at all? Non-Overwatch? Overwatch?
It's going to be interesting to find out how he fits in better once we actually get to try him out.
And actually get to see him. I can't wait to see
him in
how
action.
he fits in the competitive scene, too. Because we have that, too, where it's like, not just us playing at home, how he fits in for the competitive teams for Overwatch as well. Do we see him being a key player in competitive? But this is where you guys come in. Let us know what you think down below in the comment section about Baptiste. If you've played him on the PTR, let us know how you think it's kind of feeling with you. You jiving with them? You're not jiving with them? Let us know what you think also about anything else we talked about. The X-Men Dark Phoenix movie. We also talked about Suicide Squad 2 and Will Smith leaving. Let us know what you think. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at MostValuablePod, at Ricky Widmer, at War Machine 9084. 585. See, I was going to say 5, but I thought I was wrong, so then I changed it for War Machine 9085. It'll be right on the card at the beginning of the videos. Also, make sure to give us a rate and review on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. It really helps us out. And then, last but not least, for this segment, because we talked about gaming, make sure to check out Too Old to Game, also on Most Valuable Podcasts. I want to thank you guys for watching on YouTube. I want to thank you guys for listening on podcast services around the world. And as always, have a good day, everybody.